Welcome everyone to a new Volvo 240 Dead White Volvo video. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are doing well, that's awesome. And if you like seeing Volvo 240 related stuff, and if you like to know more about your own car, about carburetors, about springs, anything car related and anything Volvo related, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that bell, because then you will get a notification every time I drop a new video. And I've made a lot of videos already, so check them all out, and yeah, let's go. Over here I have my Volvo 240. This has a B23 engine, and this car has a carburetor, and actually this carburetor. This is a Pierbug 175 CD, and my car has a Stromberg 175 CD US, and that's actually the same carburetor. You have two types of these. One type is the one you can adjust with a special tool from the top, and one is the type you can adjust from the bottom. Most videos on YouTube show the newer type, and you can spot if yours is the new or the old one by looking at the top. If your carburetor has the filler opening, the oil cap on the side, that means you have a older type. If you have the oil fill cap on in the center of your carburetor, that means you have the newer type, and you need a special kind of tool to adjust this carburetor. My car, on the other hand, has the old one. I couldn't find any videos on YouTube about how to adjust this thing properly, so I thought, why not make this video my own? That's why I'm here. I'm going to teach you guys how you can adjust your Stromberg or Pierbug or SU or any other carburetor with just a simple trick. Let's set up the camera and let's go. This is my engine bay, and to start off, what you need to do is get a simple screwdriver, a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver, and start taking off your air filter. On my car, that's just one single hose clamp, and you need to take off the air line that goes to your PCV system. To clean your PCV system, check out the video that's over here. Now we're gonna pull off your air filter, and let's take that to the side. Once your air filter is out of the way, you have your carburetor sitting open in the air. What you want to do now is start up your car, and we're going to check if your car is adjusted properly. What I am doing here, I am giving some throttle to my carburetor, and as you can see, that valve is opening and closing. That's what happens when you put your foot on the gas. This is also a way to tune your carburetor. As I'm pointing out right now, that thing is going up and down. You can take a simple screwdriver, put it in, and lift it up. If your engine RPM goes up, you need to adjust your carburetor. If it goes down, you also need to adjust your carburetor. If your engine RPM stays about the same, and it sounds like your engine is like trying to reset its own RPM, like the idle speed, then your engine is about right. That's actually all you need to know to tune this carburetor. The other things you need to know is, of course, what do I need to do to get a leaner or richer setup to adjust my carburetor. And that's what I'm going to explain to you guys next. So the basic steps of tuning a carburetor are actually very easy. You have inside of your Stromberg a metal disc with a needle in it. The needle is not the same thickness overall. The needle is actually a little bit pointed this way. The jet where the needle is sitting in is also pointed this way. So the further you take out your needle, because they're both flat, at this point, so when the needle is fully inside of your jet, then it's completely closed, so no fuel can get past it. When you adjust it too rich, that means there is too much gas going into your engine in comparison with the air, then it means that your needle is actually above at this point. So all the gas, the gasoline and stuff, the fuel, can go past your needle and your jet. And the thing I just did with my engine, as you could hear before, you have your carburetor, and carburetor tuning these things is actually mostly just hearing it. If your engine sounds correct, it certainly is correct. Not always, but most of the time it is. The thing you need to adjust a Stromberg 175 CD US is a size 8 tool. You can use this one that I'm using, or you can just use a socket on your wrench. But it needs to be hollow and it needs to go in the bottom of your carburetor. I can show you on this one. This is also a Stromberg 175 CD. This is actually the Pierbug version. And this is your jet adjustment. So once you turn this thing, if you turn it inside of the housing, you are closing the gap. So now no fuel can get past. If you're opening it, fuel can get past. These are the basic steps to adjust this. The thing you saw in the previous part of this video is I used a flathead screwdriver to go inside of this area and lift open a bit of that throttle thing. Why did I do that? Because that is the way to adjust your carburetor. If you lift that thing just a tiny bit, when your RPM of the engine increases, it means the carburetor is adjusted too rich. So there's too much fuel going inside of your carburetor, and that's making the engine RPM increase. If it's too lean, then your engine will stall or the RPM will drop. To adjust it, just like I said, if your engine is running too lean, you need to twist it lefty-loosey, and you need to turn that bolt a bit outside. Do it slowly, do it a quarter turn or a half turn at a time, and your bolt will drop out and your carburetor will run better. If it needs to increase, turn it inside, turn it right, righty-tighty of course, and then your carburetor will run richer. I mean, yeah, you get it. So when the RPM stumbles, so when it's just at a normal position, but it's trying to like level it out on its own, then you know you're in the right position, and then you know your carburetor is adjusted at the correct settings. And that's actually all you need to know to adjust a carburetor. So just going over it once again. Here you have your carburetor. Here you have the piece I'm talking about. If you lift this thing up a tiny bit, not that much as it is now, but just like a couple millimeters, then your engine will do something. If it's just staying normal at the normal position, then you are right on the spot. If the RPM drops, you are too lean. If it's going higher, you are too rich. And those are the main principles you need to know. Of course, as I said, take the 8mm, go in the bottom of your carburetor over there, and turn it righty-tighty to make it to make less fuel go in, and lefty-loosey to make more fuel come in. That's all you need to know, guys. So a carburetor is, yeah, it's a simple thing. People make them a whole lot worse than they actually are by talking bad things about them. But yeah, that's life, so everything works that way. But carburetors, I think they're cool. I think they're just an awesome piece of just mechanical things. This thing works on vacuums and on linkages and on everything else. I just love it. So as I said, lift the thing up. If it goes down, if it goes up, adjust it. If the RPM stumbles a little bit, but then just stays about the same, then you're just right on the spot. This was it for today. If you like this video, if you like every other video I ever made, please leave a like. If you want to see every other video I did make and every new video coming up, please subscribe and hit that bell in the bottom here. And I will see you guys on the next one. And good luck adjusting your carburetor. Bye bye.